Meet our next TEDx speaker, Mr. Pranay Thakkar. A distinguished leader and innovator representing India at Harvard HPER, authoring research published internationally, founding his college's first consulting club, and mentoring future leaders. Mr. Pranay has represented India at the Harvard HPER conference held at Hong Kong. He has authored a research paper, FarmWise, Crop Cultivation Analysis using Image Recognition and ArcGIS Mapping. He has taught English language and Indian culture to high school students in the Czech Republic, built the sustainability vertical at Thakkar FlexiPack, and been awarded the best performer in the APAC region, Asia Pacific region, as the head of AIE SEC in Mumbai. Mr. Pranay Thakkar will speak on the topic Art of Resilience, Bounce Back from Setbacks.
What if I tell you I learned one of the biggest lessons in my life from someone who said exactly 14 words? No lecture, no advice, just one single sentence. And yet what I saw that day changed the way I look at failure, pain, and hope forever. We often talk about resilience like it's this movement, like it's this heroic comeback after life knocks you down. But I have come to believe that resilience isn't built in the bounce, it's built in the waiting. So let me tell you a story that changed the way I look at it. A few years ago, I took a solo trip to a tiny village tucked between two hills. No internet, no mobile network. Just one dusty road and a silence I hadn't heard in years. This was supposed to be my break from the noise. But like life often does, it turned out to be something much more. This moment became a life lesson for me. So let me tell you what exactly happened there. On the second morning out there, I saw a boy, maybe 9 or 10 years old, running through a field and clutching a red kite. Only that it wasn't flying. The kite had patches of old cloth, the string was tangled, and the wind wasn't helping either. But the boy, he kept running over and over again. The next day, the same boy, the same red kite, still not flying. Finally, curiosity got the better of me. I went over and asked, "Why don't you get another kite? What difference does it make?" He looked at me and smiled as if it was the most ridiculous question I had ever asked. He told me that this kite knows how many times I have tried. A new kite won't understand. That single line silenced me. A child had said everything I didn't know I was searching for. On the fourth day, the wind finally changed. The kite finally soared, not too high, not too gracefully, but enough to lift off above the tree line. But the boy, he didn't cheer. He didn't yell, "Yay, I did it." He just kept running quietly, as if he always knew the kite was going to fly, it just needed time. I had to know the boy's story. I went to the shopkeeper and asked him about the boy. That's when I learned the truth. The boy had lost both of his parents in a bus accident the year before. He was sent here to live with his distant relatives. Didn't speak much, didn't smile, until someone gave him this broken red kite. Since then, every single day he ran in that field. The kite wasn't just cloth and string. For him, the kite was grief therapy tied to a thread. For him, it was hope held together by persistence. Now, this story still gives me goosebumps, and it is an incredible story. It has the perfect hero, the boy, the perfect downfall, and the climax where the kite is finally flying. This is something that all of us resonate with resilience. Someone goes down, fights back up, comes back up. But what if I tell you that the true meaning of resilience has transformed in today's age and life? I say so because I see all of you out here, and there is one thing I have noticed, including me. We are obsessed with glorifying failure. We love a good rags to riches story. The more dramatic the fall, the louder we cheer the rise. Take Dhirubhai Ambani's story, for example. Started off as a small-time yarn trader, went on to build Reliance, one of India's largest conglomerates today. We admire the journey, and rightly so. It has taken him immense hard work, perseverance, and resilience. But my question to you is hardship and suffering the only ingredient for resilience? In other words, if Dhirubhai Ambani did not have a poverty-stricken childhood, face public humiliation or rejection, would he not be resilient? Mukesh Ambani, his son, one of the most successful men in today's times, got a ready platform. He did not face the same struggles. But does that mean Mukesh Ambani is not resilient? Now I see a lot of eyebrows telling me that, Pranay, you're mentioning stories of some people, a few cases, and it's working well. So you know what? Let's take a step back. Let's take this very hall, for example. Let's be honest, most of us out here haven't faced any catastrophic tragedy. For those who have, more power to you, but for the rest of us, we did not have to walk miles and miles or cross a river just to reach school. We did not have to survive a famine, fight for freedom, rebuild life after war. We have been blessed with a good standard of living, good education, family, career. God has been kind. To top it all, we have been blessed with technology. Food delivery apps that save us a walk, and ChatGPT that even saves us a thought. But does that mean that none of us out here are resilient? Does resilience only count when life has knocked you down and you have to claw your way back up? Are we waiting to fall down just to be resilient? No. Resilience isn't always about getting back up. It is about showing up in the very first place. If you have ever stuck to a 5 a.m. gym routine, you are resilient. If you've ever read the same number of pages every night, however exhausted you've been, you are resilient. If you have continued working on your craft even when no one was clapping, you are resilient. If you have saved enough money even though it was very tempting to go for that concert, you are resilient. And if you have stuck to your healthy eating habits when fast food was easy, you are resilient too. I say so because life is made up of years. Years are made up of months, months are made up of weeks, and weeks are made up of days. An average human being only lives for 28,000 days. Let that sit with you. Yes, just 28,000 days is all we have. So life is nothing but a sum of those days. If we wish to make something extraordinary of our life, we need to make something extraordinary of each and every day. Let's take Ratan Tata's example. Yes, he inherited a platform when he took over the reins of the Tata Group. He has left a legacy behind, and the way he has transformed the Tata Group into the global powerhouse it is today is no accident. Nor is it about just one bold move like acquiring the Jaguar Land Rover. In 1991, when he came in as the chairman, the Tata Group clocked a revenue of $4 billion. But in 2012, when he was about to retire, the Tata Group clocked a revenue of a massive $100 billion. This is not an outcome of what Ratan Tata did on those tough 100-odd days when life was pushing him here and there or when everything was going south. This is an outcome of what Ratan Tata did consistently each and every day for 2 decades. That's resilience. Showing up, making decisions, and steering the ship with the same energy and vigor even when the waters are calm. So maybe resilience isn't what we've been taught to think it is. It's not the grand comeback after the dramatic fall always. It's not always going to be headline worthy. How I have come to see it? Resilience is as simple as you brushing your teeth. Not Instagrammable, not glamorous, but if you miss one day, people will notice. Or think of it like watering a plant. You don't wait for it to wilt and almost dry up. You water it, you nurture it so that it grows strong. That's resilience. Small, consistent, almost boring acts that prepares you for when life is about to test you and not after life has tested you. Let's take 5 seconds right now and think about one thing that all of you have been doing consistently in the past 1 year. It can be something as small as you tracking your water intake to make sure you're well hydrated, or waking up just 30 minutes early every morning to go for a walk. Think about it for 5 seconds now. Hold that thought. That's resilience for you. That's your kite. Because resilience isn't something that's glamorous. You just ended up thinking of a habit, but that's the actual definition of what resilience is in today's life. So let me structure it for you. Number one, resilience is quiet. It is the invisible effort behind every visible success. We all have athletes we admire, but we just look at the medal movement. We do not see the 5 a.m. alarms. Resilience is personal. It's not about how fast you recover from your setback, but it's about how honest you are with yourself when you're hurting. It's about showing up in the first place. Last but not the least, resilience is faith. Faith not in religion, but in possibility that this broken thing might still fly. And yes, resilience is different for different people. For J.K. Rowling, it meant 12 rejections before Harry Potter finally found an audience and became a bestseller. For Thomas Edison, it was 1,000 failed experiments before he finally invented the light bulb. For a 16-year-old Sachin Tendulkar, with a bleeding nose against the Pakistani seam attack, resilience just meant 2 words. Main khelega. For Cristiano Ronaldo, it meant showing up before everyone else did and leaving after everyone else did, even if it was just a basic training session. And for Jeff Bezos, it meant patient brick by brick building of a $1 trillion company today. Every story of greatness might not start from suffering, but every story of greatness has one thing common, that is resilience. Now, before you tell me that, Pranay, these are great stories, we are all motivated and inspired, but how do we practice resilience in our day-to-day life? Let me help you become like that boy with the kite and imbibe resilience in our day-to-day, starting today. Number one, show up anyway. Even when you don't feel like it, go for a walk, send one message, make one phone call, send one email, take one tiny step forward. Make a routine for your dream, follow it intently, whether it's a Sunday or a Monday, or whether you feel like it or you don't, just do it. Number two, patch it, don't trash it. When life knocks you down or breaks something in you, try fixing it first. You might discover the strength in the fixing itself. And last, resilience is nothing but celebrating the waiting time. Waiting time isn't wasted time, it is training time. That is where resilience is built in the silence. So the next time, whether you fall down or you don't, it does not matter. Because the good thing is, nothing lasts forever. all your problems and worries are going to diminish with time. But the bad thing, nothing lasts forever. You might have well gone to the gym consistently for 3 months and skipped a week. You have now pushed yourself not a week back, but probably a month. But that should not dishearten you. The show must go on. So the next time someone tells you that this dream is not meant for you, why don't you pursue another dream? You smile. You tell them that this dream knows how many times I've tried, a new one won't understand, because resilience isn't the flight of the kite, it is the hands that hold on even when the wind isn't there. Thank you.